Throughout this semester, we have and will continue to discuss health behaviors, actions taken to enhance or maintain health, including both physical health and mental health. On a whole, most people are good at engaging in health behaviors to a moderate extent. However, no one is perfect. We have slip ups. We skip leg day. We devour an entire can of Pringles in one sitting. We miss getting our flu shots. Therefore, a major underlying question of this course is why do we do things that are bad for us and not do things that are good for us? To answer this question, this week we are going to address issues of health behavior change. This refers to exploring psychological phenomena to understand and promote positive health behaviors and habits. A health habit is any firmly established pattern of health behaviors, often performed automatically. We gravitate towards certain kinds of food, we exercise and sleep at certain times of day, we prioritize certain kinds of activities. These habits can develop through modeling after others, such as parents, between associating stimuli with each other, or through reinforcement of specific behaviors. Our choice of specific health behaviors and habits are based on a huge number of factors, including our age, sex, nationality, the habits and stigmas of our culture, our own feelings of control over ourselves and our environment, other people trying to influence our behaviors, access to resources and healthy environments, and our understanding and knowledge of health-related practices in general. Therefore, health behavior change needs to take into account all of these factors. We have already explored a few of these factors, but they will continue to crop up over the next few weeks. Successful behavior change can also have long-term positive effects, such as decreasing our chances of getting sick and/or decrease the susceptibility and severity of system disorders. Better health behaviors also reduce mortality rates, particularly those related to lifestyle choices. Remember discussing chronic illness? Health behaviors are extremely important to avoid and mitigate these issues. Regardless of whether we live longer, successful health behavior can also improve overall quality of life, increasing our ability to do all of the things we want for as long as we want. Behavior change can also be pragmatic, saving us money on healthcare costs. Currently, the U.S. spends more than any other country on healthcare, largely in part of our private healthcare expenses. That is, money coming out of your pocket. Change today, save money tomorrow. Now, these advantages are not just for the individual, but the larger population as well. Thus, many public services are dedicated to modifying the environment to enable our better health behaviors. This is known as social engineering and involves not only modification of physical spaces, but also information availability, societal rules, and cultural beliefs. A main goal of public health officials is to provide public service announcements, or PSAs, that promote specific forms of behavior, such as cancer labels on cigarette butts, or promoting DARE to combat adolescent drug use. Today we take for granted the 8-hour workday, but this is a relatively recent innovation, gaining popularity throughout the 1800s and only being signed into law in the U.S. in 1914. This shortened workday was seen as vitally important to workers' health. Of course, governmental involvement in deciding health behaviors can have drawbacks, such as obscuring legal rights and infringing on personal liberties of individual choice. Sexual education and abortion regulation continue to be contentious issues in the United States, which represent a conflict between two perspectives of appropriate health behaviors. This week, we will cover models of health behavior change. We will start with attitude change and work up to more complex models that take a more circumspect look at perceptions of self-efficacy, barriers, and benefits of behaviors. We will also touch on issues of relapse, goal setting, and motivation, and by the end of the week's lesson, you should have a good sense of what factors play into the health behaviors we choose to enact.